Question 5, the question says, what is the real solution? Real solutions will come from the graph. So if you're going to do this on a graph, you have to do this as two separate graphs and find the point of intersection and look for the x values. So again, you want to graph the left side of the equation and the right side and see where they cross. We can do that. So let's do that right now. So we'll do 2x over x plus fraction bar 3 minus x over x plus 1. And then we're going to stop. We're going to go to line 2 and do the same thing. Fraction bar -4 over x squared plus x. And sometimes you have to click around and zoom out. Looks like I see one point there at -4. Not seeing any other ones. And generally, they don't get really far out like that. So if you don't see them within a reasonable frame of a window, then you probably got all your solutions. So I don't see any up here. This is not a solution because you can see that's not where they intersect. That's just the bottom of that graph. So -4 should be your answer. Let's get this the right way now. First, the expression on the bottom right, x squared plus x, has a GCF, x plus 1 times x. And you'll notice that those are the two factors that are already listed here. So what we'll do is we'll go over to each fraction and we'll put down what we don't have on the denominator. We're missing an x plus 1 here. So we're going to copy that up here. This one is missing an x alone, so we're going to put x there and x there. This one has both x and x plus 1. So this doesn't need anything. So then we're going to solve our numerators. But first, let's look at what we cannot plug in. So our restrictions are going to be x cannot equal -1 because -1 plus 1 is 0. And when it's just x by itself, x cannot equal 0. So if we solve this by hand and we get those two answers, those are called extraneous solutions, and we can't use those as real solutions. So now that we got that out of the way, let's solve our numerator. We have x plus 1 distributed to the 2x, and we have 3 minus x distributed to the x, and then that's going to be equal to -4. So that's going to be 2x times x, which is 2x squared, 2x times 1, that's 2x. We have x times 3, so that's 3x, and then x times -x is minus x squared. Then we're going to combine our like terms. So we have x squareds, we got 2x squared and -x squared. That's going to be 1x squared. We also have these two, which is going to combine to 5x. And then over here I have equals -4. Now I'm going to want to bring that -4 over here and make that positive for us. So that's going to be 1x squared, which is just x squared plus 5x plus 4 is equal to 0. Then I'm going to want to factor this. So you can think about what two numbers would multiply to 4 and add to 5, and that's going to be 4 and 1. And so my zeros for that are going to be x is equal -1 and x is equal to -4. Well, remember that this was a restriction. X cannot equal -1 because when I go back into the original expression and I plug in -1, I'm going to get 0 on the denominator, and I cannot divide by 0. So that's an extraneous solution, which means your real solution is just this one, -4.